Good morning, YouTube. Another beautiful day on this God's green earth, as they say. Got my coffee brewing over here. Let me show you. Look at that. Can you see it? Yeah, I do it in the French press. Got my mushroom coffee with some cinnamon. About to get my burpees down. Weighed in at 234.4 this morning. So I'm happy about that. I was 236 the other day. It's a funny thing about weight loss, or really progress in any area. You know, for months I was bouncing between 236 to 242. Just kind of keep losing and gaining those 6 pounds. And now I'm bouncing back and forth between 233 and 236. And it's funny how, a couple months ago, I was feeling real good about myself when I got down to 236 because that was like my lower bound. And now 236 is like the upper bound, and I'm like frustrated when that's my weight. So it's just a reminder to keep things in perspective. Progress isn't perfectly linear. So yeah, that's started my day. Gonna get going. Doing some yoga today, then improv, and then potentially gonna see some family. And just got a message this morning from a local comic friend. He said he might have an open spot for a gig tonight, so we'll see what happens with that. And yeah, I'll be checking in. All right, I'm leaving my improv class. Today was the last class of the semester, so it was more of an evaluation type of class. And had a really good yoga session this morning. I was feeling good, and I was eating clean. And then at this improv class, it was sort of like a party, and there was a bunch of food. So I ate a whole bunch of food. And this kind of sounds kind of ridiculous to be putting on YouTube, but I've always had an addictive relationship with food. It's something I've been working on, trying to overcome, trying to come up with different strategies, and I think I've made a lot of progress in that area, but I'm definitely not perfect. And when I'm in situations like that where I'm not really in control of the situation, it's usually let's say a social gathering, and there's a bunch of junk food there. I find it really difficult to just control myself and make the right choices. But I'm also doing better at forgiving myself, just allowing myself to enjoy it and not beat myself up and feel that shame associated with, eating some cookies and other stuff. But there's always a little bit of a feeling of disappointment afterwards, and it's just part of my struggle as a human being. But it's okay. I'm heading over to my brother's place, gonna see my niece and my nephew for a little bit, and then probably get some comedy tonight. I didn't end up going to comedy last night because the shows got canceled, but we'll see if the shows are going on tonight. And that's it. Yeah, I kind of wanted to just talk about the food thing. It's going to be a running theme here. I have lost, I lost 26 pounds since the summer. Most of that weight I lost during the summer, and then in the fall and early winter, my weight pretty much stagnated, and for the last couple weeks, it's been going down. Just trying to get back into good habits and staying away from the junk food, but not always perfect about that. And today was one of those days, so I might fast tomorrow. I actually find that fasting can be a very easy way to get back on track, as long as I end the fast the right kind of way. Especially if I have something like this where like I said, I went to a social gathering and ate a bunch of junk food, and allowing myself to enjoy it, but then just taking a day off to digest it all and not eat anything more, I find is actually a good balance. So that's my plan, and that's it. I'm just pulling up to my brother's place now, and I'll check in again.